welcome to the Church Planners Toolbox with Justin and Josh over here going over the 2-year church plant timeline. Also going along with the Detroit Baptist Church launch and just going through the different stages of growth as we go through that. We just went over ordering our display materials. So if you've not gotten a chance to see the episode, I'll go back and watch that. It was a fantastic episode, just a way to share your vision, share your ministry on your display table as you're seeing people personally. But today, we're on our last stage in terms of initiate your marketing, establishing the marketing of your church plant. And in this section, we're going to be talking about preparing vision materials. That's going to be super important. Even more, not just the materials presenting your church plant in itself, because we talked about prayer cards and business cards and such of that matter. But these are actually going to be presentations of your vision of your church plant. So Pastor Josh, in terms of establishing vision and communicating vision, why is it so important to have these materials of vision in particular?
Yeah, we talked about crafting that vision statement in the MVP episode, your mission, your vision, your purpose. Vision is, your, preferred reality or preferred future. Like, this is what we're going to do. This is what God can do in this city. So it's spiritual vision, but you want to start creating things that are crafting that vision. Vision's going to be tied through all of this. And so you could call your, all these things we've already talked about, your display table, your website, your branding. That's all. Vision should be infused in all of that.
Sure.
But we're just talking about specifically a few more pieces that you're going to want to kind of help show people what can be, get people excited about the future, and, share the plan for what you're going to do. So vision stuff, we're always talking about kind of future casting, and we're always talking about trying to inspire people with vision. And so a few things that can help do that. One, in just the way that you present yourself as a church planter, that's vision in and of itself.
True.
Because you're saying we are going to plant a church. Like, that's it. And we always, that's why I say, hey, very early on, decide what that church is going to be called. Decide, where that church is going to be. Decide things about that church. And then as you're pitching yourself, that's part of it. Like, we're the missionaries too. But you're also presenting the vision side of it as like, hey, we're missionaries to Detroit, planting Detroit Baptist Church. That's the vision part of it. It's like, this is what's going to happen. Yeah. If you support us and we can get there, this church is going to be birthed and this church is going to be born. And so we always presented ourselves as church planting missionaries, church planters to Dearborn, or, hey, we're planting Dearborn Baptist Church. So that alone is just kind of a way, like, even the way you introduce yourself, the way you brand yourself, can have some vision in it.
Yeah. And I think that's important because, the argument could be, oh, well, what are you performing? Are you just trying to, be all that? But really, you're, as any leader should be able to communicate through himself the vision clearly, what he wants for this church plant. And that's not, if it's real in you, it shouldn't be performative.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's real in you and you're really all about this, then it's not a performance. But you're just expressing and sharing in detail, intentionally, what that vision is in your heart as you're presenting.
Yeah, you want to be sure of yourself and of your calling. That's why those were the foundational episodes we talked about. Like, don't go into this if you're not sure of who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, and that God's in it. You go be confident, and then, you want people to know that you are confident so that they will invest in you and your work. They'll believe in what you're doing because they believe that you believe. In the cause.
Yeah, I think in yourself and everything else we're going to be going over with vision materials, that the key is, like, be confident. Be confident in what you're doing. And then not in a prideful way of self-sufficiency, but like, this is what God's called you to do, and God's going to enable you through it.
Yeah, in our vocabulary, we would say it's just have some big faith. That's exactly. Faith is confidence in God.
Yep.
So, wow, this guy really believes that they're going to be able to start a church. This guy really believes that there's a need there. This guy really believes that God's called him to go there. All of your things should really communicate that. just including the way that you carry yourself.
Yeah.
We're sure that this is going to happen. And also, like, we're confident that we're going to do this in our language. Now we're kind of getting into, like, how you present your ministry, and maybe it's appropriate for this episode, or maybe it'll come back up another time. But, you know, tell people what you are doing and what you're going to do, and not just what you hope to do. Or, you know, I just never liked the presentations of, like, you know, if or when we're able to raise enough support, and then if we can move there by this time, then we want to start this. Just so much conditional, and, like, you know, I just prefer to say, like, you know, we are going to do this, and you know, by God's grace, Lord willing, you know, all of that, but confident that it can be done, and that it ought to be done, and that you know, you're the one to go do it. That's vision.
Yeah, and that's important, because you're talking with people who are going to be supporting you, potentially supporting you, and these supports and these prayers and the time that these people are spending in prayer, these can be diverted anywhere they choose. And for these people, considering their situation, they should be praying for and supporting areas that they are confident in.
Yeah,
they don't want to just waste you know, these finances, or you know, waste, you know, I shouldn't say wasting prayer, but, you know, time and energy and investment into areas that, you know, they feel like, oh no, this person, you know, he's kind of into it, he's kind of not. That's why you want to. That's why you want to communicate that confidence. And
pastors want to invest in compelling missionaries, because they want their people to see the vision, and they want their people to be excited. Like, I'm going to give to our church mission program because I want to be a part of what that guy's doing. I believe that it's necessary, and that you know, that's exciting. I don't want to miss out on the opportunity to be a part of this important work in this important place that you know, it's going on. So, be excited and be exciting. That's just part of your vision, but we're talking about vision materials.
Yes.
So apart from that, how are you presenting yourself? What pieces do you have that can really share your vision and be compelling? And the first one is your video.
Oh yeah.
So this is kind of the big one when it comes to vision. Video is a unique medium that has the ability to share vision and to captivate and to motivate. And so when it comes to missions and missionary videos, like prayer cards, I've seen good ones, I've seen bad ones. And it's usually one or the other.
And in your experience, in different videos that you've seen, have you seen more on the side of, like, oh, those are good videos, or have you seen a lot of, like, those videos don't look good? It
probably leans more on the side of that's not good. That's not good. That's kind of the stereotype people have in their mind of missionary videos, is like, it's just not going to be good. Like, even when they're like, oh, we have a video, it's usually like, everybody's like, all right, what's about to come up? Like a little, like the cringe.
Which makes it a great opportunity for you as a church planner to have a good video, to have a good presentation.
You surprise people with a good video a lot, you know, maybe because of expectations. But a good video, wow, it does so much. And, you know, a good video is going to, part of that is because we live in such a media saturated society that, you know, advertising and, you know, media companies, they're investing so much money into video content and quality, so that, you know, that 15-second YouTube commercial that you're skipping, 3 seconds in, had a $1 million budget, right?
Yeah. And so, and that kind of that raises the standard for anyone's expected media, no matter where they're watching.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to have, you know, Super Bowl commercial quality stuff. That's all I'm saying. But it doesn't take a lot to just get it to an acceptable standard of somebody's not going to be distracted by the lack of quality in your video, and it's not going to reflect poorly on you. But because the standard has been raised, it does take a little bit more than, you know, a video slideshow.
Yeah, I think that's the standard, is that the video's quality shouldn't be a distraction. Like the less thereof, the lack thereof. The lack of the quality shouldn't be something that takes away from what you're trying to communicate. But even above and beyond that, you should try and make a good video. So that people can share along with the vision that you have for your church.
So we'll talk about some tips for it, but like, one of the best things you can do is just hire somebody to help you.
Absolutely.
I've always dabbled in video, and like I'm decent. Like I can work a video editor, work a camera and stuff. Like I do things here and there. But the more I do it, the more I realize like there are people who are gifted in this area. They are just better than me at it. They're good at it, and it's much more effortless for them.
Yeah. Like your experience in media, like you have a lot of experience with media, a lot of experience with design, but even in your experience, you've seen it so important to bring someone into the ranks to be able to make that for you.
Yeah. Even when I've brought like videos that I've done and then I bring somebody on to help and like they just improve it in ways that I couldn't have thought of. I'm just like, I just didn't see that. I didn't understand that. So, bring somebody in that can help you. If you've got a contact, a friend, a favor in your pocket, use it.
Yeah. For our video, you know, you had someone that do my video, and he did an excellent job on our video.
Yeah, and it was the same guy that had done the editing on my video originally, and so, you know, just has a good eye for pacing and music and story and stuff like that. And so hit him back up to do your video, and it turned out great. If you can find somebody that has some experience in it, and, you know, somebody, you know, more than just your, you know, nephew who does TikTok. And hey, maybe he is a genius. Maybe,
true.
You know, maybe he is the right guy for it. I don't know, but just find somebody that knows what they're doing, and that can help you on it. Even if you're going to do some of it yourself, if you can get advice, ask somebody to punch it up for you a little bit. Or you can do part of it, you know, to save some money, but work with somebody on it. That's just my advice. It's one of those things like your table. It's like you're about to live with this for years.
Yeah,
you're not going to make multiple videos. Make one that will last throughout your deputation time. That's going to represent you well everywhere you go. And then, you know, I can quote my video still because I listened to it 100 times, you know, and you're going to watch it a ton. But for everybody else, it's the first time they've seen it, you know, and you want it to be captivating, you want it to be exciting. So get somebody. It's something that's worth paying for. It's expensive to hire out the whole thing. So again, if you can find somebody that'll help you out, give you a good rate, give you a good deal, or if you can work together on it to save some money, do that. But as part of your initial fundraising, put it in your budget. You know, it's worth paying $500 to $1,000 for a great video.
Yeah, because this video, you're taking it with you. Like for our video, I've used it before every presentation I make. That's at least the way I'm doing it. I have the video and then I present. And that's probably what most presenters do. They have the video and then they show their ministry. But that's the first thing that people are seeing. When, like in the auditorium, when people are seeing your ministry, they see that video. That is such an important opportunity for you to really cast that vision as you're presenting your ministry.
Yeah. And pastors always ask, do you want to, get up there before your video or after your video? And I guess it depends on what kind of video you've made. You know, some people like to introduce it and be like, what you're going to see in this video. And like, it depends. Cause this is different from like the, missionary on furlough might have a video that's like, this is a lot of what's going on in our country, or this is an update video. Like that's a different animal. I still love the missionary talking through a slideshow pictures. Like that's cool. That's a different thing that we're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're talking about like vision. We're talking about how do we show people what we want to do, what God's going to do, get them excited about the need. So we're talking about, we're trying to raise support for something that doesn't exist yet or hasn't happened. So, put it in its right category.
Yeah, sure.
In that category, I always prefer to have the video go before me and to create a video that could introduce me or a video that could stand on its own too, that had all the information of a full presentation. It was a great tool. I loved that because it could say a lot of things for me so that I can just get up there and like be a little more personable, just talk to the church and not have to say the script every time. The script's there on the video.
In terms of the content of the video, because now we're getting into that, what are the kind of things, because what you're going to have in the video are going to be things that are pretty standard in every presentation that you might not, you won't have to change a lot by church to church as you're presenting. Well, what would those things be included in the video for your vision?
Well, a video is a visual medium, so you want to have some compelling visual imagery. So you want to show people the place. Part of what we did with our video and part of that investment was getting a camera crew to our city. It might be harder for you if you aren't living in your city yet, or if it's a far distance away, but again, worth it, or worth hiring somebody or getting some of that. We actually got somebody with a drone to come pilot a drone and get some great, like, cool shots of our city that we still use in other promotional material and stuff, because that stuff's kind of evergreen. It just, other than the buildings that have been torn down, which happens, it's a good investment to have that footage. And, if your city's big enough, you can probably find some of it on YouTube or whatnot. That's public domain, but get some good, not just pictures, but video of your city. Get somebody there with a camera, video, just of people walking down the street, cars driving, birds chirping, whatever. Just show them the place.
And in terms of what you're saying in the video,
and then tell the story. You want to show them, you want to tell the story. So a good video, a compelling video is one that's going to tell the story and show the need. So there's a couple stories you can tell. You can tell the story of your city. Why is there a need for a church here? Tell them the background. Did there used to be churches there? Have there never been churches there? Is your city overcome by some cult or false religion? Does your city have some kind of sinful identity?
Sure.
What is it? Some of these things should have been thought through in your vision purposes and stuff of like, what are you going there to confront? What need are you going there to fill? What evil are you going there to stand against? What hurt are you going there to try and help heal? Has there been some tragedy in your city? What identifies it, and how are you as a church planter and a church going to go and fit into this community, and how are you going to fill and serve a need or fill a gap in that city's story? Tell the story, but then show how you fit into that story. There's people that study this story branding and stuff of like how to tell us. Every ad or something should be a story where there is a need, an antagonist, a protagonist.
Sure.
But those story brand people are going to tell you that the key to a good one is that you aren't setting yourself up as the answer or the protagonist. It's your audience, right?
Okay.
And so in a video, ultimately it's for the church.
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so ultimately the appeal of it is like, hey, we can only go there if you send us. We need your support. We need your prayers. We need I think in our video I even said, like I said, this is still rolling in my head.
After all the times you've
the
heard
city
it.
of Dearborn needs you. They need your prayers. They need your support. They need you to support the work of the gospel, to get it to them. How shall they hear without a preacher, and how shall they preach except they be sent? It's biblical, man. So share that.
And it's not a video to just say, "Oh, look what I'm gonna do." It's for the church, like you're saying, for the church. Like, we need your help. This is about you helping us plant, Detroit Baptist Church. Whatever church plant you're doing.
And Detroit's got a great story of ruin and revival. And we're at a crucial point in the history of the city. Like, that's why it's like not just a church, but why a church right now? Like, this is the time for it. And your video does a good job. And so work on that story and that script.
Yeah, I think that's so important, because I spent some time figuring that out, observing a city, learning about it, and I found this story of the city. And it's not like you're not changing your ministry or whatever, like, around what kind of story you can make. No, you're looking for the need, and that need is going to produce a story. So, but if you investigate your area enough and are looking for that kind of need, then that's something that you can really present. So all that to say, it's worth spending the time to really find that story that people can attach to.
Yeah, and show people the need. Like, our eyes affect our heart. Jesus said to get our eyes on the harvest, and you're going to see that it's white to harvest, and then show them how the need is great, and then show them how the laborers are few. And so we tried to do that in our video. Like, Dearborn is an Islamic city, so we're show them the mosques, show them the public call to prayers, and then show them the empty church buildings, show them the church buildings in ruins. Like, we did all that in our video, and it's very powerful. to tell the story that way. But you know, if your city is overcome with liberalism or homosexuality, like show them the churches with rainbow flags on them. You know, show people that, and then you know, that's part of the compelling part of your story is like, we're going there because there's this clear and obvious need for the gospel in this place.
Yeah. And and those are exactly the things people can pray over and people can get behind you with is that need.
Yeah. And then on the video, like, you be excited, be exciting. Like, it needs to have energy. Music is so big. And that's where it's like, bring somebody in that is good at that to help you. Because obviously in our circle, an independent Baptist circle, people are sensitive about music. And so you don't want something that's going to offend a church ever. So and you know, something that's going to be God honoring, you know, and not distracting.
Something that's going to be applicable to many churches.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the danger in that is oftentimes I see missionaries retreat so far back on that.
It's true,
that their video is just like Blessed Assurance softly playing in the background. Beautiful song. Great for worship and great for maybe an invitation or something, but not for a vision video. Like, you know, there is a line to where, you know, music can be inspiring and uplifting and attracting. But sometimes it also needs to be a little dark or a little sad, like telling the story, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, somebody that's good at that will be able to help you. That was something that I know I'm not good at. So I've always had to bring in help on those. But yeah, music tells a big part of it too.
Awesome. Yeah. So the visual aspect, you know, pictures, video, like content of the area you're in, the story, there's the music, any other kind of elements that you think video should have?
Well, I say just make it so that it can stand on its own. So have the information, like have a pitch, have an appeal, like do the video, but like actually ask people to pray for you, actually ask people to support you in the video.
Yeah. Like, so for example, our video, yes, we're having it during our presentation, but we also have it on our website. So people go on our website and they see the video. Like you said, it stands alone. People can know exactly what you're asking for, know exactly what to do to help out your church.
Yeah. And inevitably it's like, you know, you get an invitation that you can't accept, but somebody really wants to be part. Like, I've been able to say like, you know, here's our video. Sorry, we can't make it. But like, or I've had some pastors are like, hey, we want to present you in our conference, but we don't even need you to come. Like, just send us a video. So be prepared for those scenarios.
Yeah.
And that's great, but have a video that represents you well and says everything that you would say if you were there. There's other stories you can tell, like tell the story of your place. You also can tell the story of yourself, but again, without making it about yourself.
Yeah. Make it about, well, God working through you. Right?
Absolutely.
That's what the story is.
And everybody's different. Like, you know, maybe you really have a compelling story and you know, maybe your story is tied to the place. Like you grew up there or you got saved there or something like that. Like
that's really
if
nice.
you have a
That's
connection
awesome.
And you're like, tell that part of the story. So share yourself in that way. Share how you came to Christ, share how the Lord called you to the place. Like, all of that's very compelling and convincing people of like, yeah, this person's sincere in their approach in this. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So yeah, that's definitely a crucial element there. Anything else? Or is that pretty good category for the video?
My only other tips for video are length.
Oh, yes.
We've all seen one that's too long. Like, again, you can tell your story, but try to do it in a concise way. And like say the essential things, but like also save some things for yourself to say too. Like if you have a compelling testimony, you know, maybe don't put it in the video. Maybe that can be what you share in person because you have to be prepared for, and I think we'll talk about presenting, but like you got to be prepared for like a pastor to say, hey, you've got 5 minutes, you've got 10 minutes, you've got 30 minutes, you got the whole service kind of thing.
Yeah.
So leave some meat on the bone for yourself on your presentation. If there's something that you like to share, the video doesn't have to have everything in it.
Yeah, true.
And again, make the actual appeal in your video. That's very helpful.
Yeah, my video was like 3-4 minutes long. You know, people have said like 5-minute video, somewhere around that realm.
What I'm saying. If you try to tell all the stories, it can get too long. So I think maybe less than 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Is good, but more than 2.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
30
somewhere in
video.
somewhere in the 5-minute range is a great video that can be like introduction kind of video.
Sure. Yeah.
But then, hey, mix a couple lengths of it. Like, have a long version, have a 10-minute version that kind of tells your whole story that, hey, maybe for the time you aren't going to be able to be there in person, or if the pastor says you do have the whole service, and, you could have a longer version of your video, but your video can be flexible too. You can have a long version, you can have a low version. And then, I had ours cut into a really short, like 1-minute trailer version that's great for social media.
Yeah, and then that's what I did for mine too, is just really just saying, we're the Neils in Detroit, essentially. And just really quick video. People can just see your church.
Yep. Can be a welcome on your website, can, do those things. So the video can be flexible too, for different scenarios. And we always traveled with a long version and a short version.
Yeah, okay.
On our flash drive. And maybe we should have mentioned that with display materials, but it probably goes with vision materials.
Oh, sure.
Flash drives. If you're going to travel with a video, you have to travel with flash drives, and you're inevitably going to lose a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, the key, you have it in plural, flash drives.
Flash drives. Flash drives are cheap now. They used to be expensive. They're not anymore. You can get a whole bunch of them. Buy like a 20 or a 40 pack of them. Put your video files, long and short, whatever you have, on all of them. Put some, design a slide, a 1920 by 1080 HD background slide that's like your church logo or your family picture, your name, like a version of your prayer card. Put it on there too. Like, put a few things on there that a church can use. You want to be real fancy, you can email those things ahead to a church, but inevitably you're going to need to have them on your person. So you hand it to the guy doing the video, and it's just really easy for him to do it. And if you're going to do that, put your video in a standard format. If you're working with a videographer, they'll give it to you in that, but no MOVs. Have it be an MP4. MP4 H.264 is standard YouTube encoding. Okay. It's a very lightweight video file. Most video players can play it. Some of those other MOVs, AVI files they're going to be bigger. They're bulkier. If somebody's copying it to their computer, it's going to take longer. And then video players just trip up on it, because a lot of church media computers, they are not powerhouses, right? They're working on old equipment. They don't have a lot of memory. So it's, condense that down, lightweight. Again, that MP4 H.264 works. The little hack, if you're not sure about that, the way to do it is upload it to YouTube and then download it from YouTube. YouTube will automatically compress it and encode it into that format for you. And then you can use a YouTube downloader to just rip it down. I've done that hack to convert other people's videos they've given to me before. It's like, I'm not going to try to play this MOV because it's going to mess up. Put it in a good format, put it on a flash drive, have a bunch of them, give them out, hey, maybe make it part of your vision thing is like brand them. Let the sound guy keep it. I don't know.
Hey, they might be cheap enough where you'll be able to just give one to every church.
Give it to the pastor, Yeah, because I've got a couple branded flash drives I've gotten from places, and I use them. That's a useful tool, Hey,
that's not a bad idea.
Another vision casting thing. Yeah, and you can get branded ones fairly cheap now, too. Yeah, they're just like a gig or 20 gig, something, small.
Yeah, exactly.
So have your video, be ready to play it. Put it up on YouTube, like your own YouTube account.
Oh, you can do like a YouTube link.
Have it unlisted, but like be able to shoot somebody that link. Because some churches will just play it through the YouTube link. They don't care about downloading it or whatever. Or they can rip it from YouTube too. But put it on YouTube, put it in Dropbox or Google Drive, some kind of file sharing, so you can send a link ahead that's downloadable. And then it is a nice touch if you're visiting a church to be able to send that link ahead.
The USB is good to have on you. But like every church that I've been to, I've always asked, would you like me to email it to you, send you a link?
Yeah. Let them see it too. They may decide, they want to do it or don't want to do it or like the long version, the short version, or whatever. But give them those options. Go ahead and put it in their hands.
Yes. So that's the video. We have some more to cover on the vision material. What about our vision mailing? We talked about this a little bit in our last episode with our material, our display table. Yeah. But this is our information packet. So we didn't talk a lot about the vision of the information packet. How is the information packet important for vision?
we did talk about it a lot in the last episode, as far as it being part of your print materials and being on your table. But it's a great way to kind of get your vision in people's hands in a way that is visual and can communicate a lot of specific information, like your actual financial goals and the actual connections of like how people can actually support you, address, emails, stuff like that. Not just your financial goals, but should have your timeline type goals of like, when are you intended to move there? When are your launch services? When are you going to be doing outreach? Things like that. And then have the appeals, those specific appeals for people to support you, people to send missions teams to come do outreach, whatever you're going to ask people to do, put it in that packet. So it's kind of a, great thing to put in pastors' hands for a luncheon, mailing, just every way people can help you.
Yeah. Yeah. By way of example, for my packet, I have essentially the first page is the story of Detroit. So you get to see the need of Detroit. I have that on there. And then, like you said, I have the launch timeline. So that's a timeline of our plan to launch the church. I have some website information along with QR codes to our website and
your
YouTube.
video.
Yeah, and exactly the video.
Yeah.
So I even put the video inside the information packet. Just get the video out there, let people see it. Then, so something unique about Detroit, it's very influenced by its history. So I have a history timeline of Detroit itself. So it's a visual representation of the story of Detroit. So you may want to have something like that in your church plan, a visual, some kind of visual that explains the story a little more about the church plant. And then, and then just stuff about us, how you can pray for us, support us.
Yeah, and have a bio. That's another thing to like prepare ahead of time that everybody, like a lot of people are going to want to have, that if you pre-write it in a couple different forms, people are going to ask for it multiple times. So pre-write a long bio, a short bio, a sentence bio, and, put it on your website so you can just send somebody a link to it. Like, here's all our bios, but every church is going to want it for their bulletin, for their missions conference booklet, for their, digital missions display, whatever it is they're doing, but put it in the booklet.
Yep.
But have it in a way that's easy for people to copy and paste. So you can send it, throw it in an email, or send them to a link to where it's all at, along with good pictures of yourself.
Yes.
For promotional material. That's just another, I would say, vision material falls in that.
Yeah. And
category.
Then the last couple things on here, I have recommendations. We didn't say anything about recommendations yet.
Oh yeah.
For the church plant. I think recommendations are good. Because it's not just you yourself that's going on here. You have a testimony, you have a reputation that you've had, a history, and people are interested in that. Like I wouldn't say every pastor has asked me for like recommendation or commented on recommendations, but there are definitely some out there that care about that.
It's a great kind of thing that can give a pastor confidence. If they don't know you, if you have connection with somebody that's willing to endorse you or put their name behind your name, it can go a long way into getting you into churches and conferences and things like that. It's a great thing to have on your website. A great thing to put in the booklet is ask a few people that know you, and ask a few people that people might know too. Your pastor, like, even if like people want to know that you're sending pastors behind you, people want to know that the church that you grew up in believes in you.
I kind of take that for granted. Because like I think like, oh yeah, of course my sending pastor is next week.
Right.
But some people want to know that for sure and
have it on there.
And
that's another thing you can put in the video. I see a lot of missionary videos that open with the sending pastor actually giving an endorsement.
Oh yeah.
People put that in their video. That's a good thing to have it. But again, ask them for it, and then it doesn't have to be long. Can be short sentences. Yeah. You even use them as excerpts.
Sure.
In some of your material, but another tool in the box.
And then just simple contact info in the back.
Yeah.
So just make it really easy, really concise. And every page I have in this information packet has pictures.
Yeah.
Has appealing imagery on here, just different ways to express the vision.
Yeah. If I can give one more piece of vision material, and then we can probably wrap this one up.
Sure.
Is clothing. Branded like clothing, church merch, can go a long way as kind of a vision casting thing, because it like is like this credibility kind of thing. Even for the church that doesn't exist yet, if you have a polo that has the logo on it, it might as well. Like it's real, and it's something that brings some credibility. And so
Sure.
have some branded merchandise, like, clothing you can wear, a polo, lapel pin, things like that are really cool. They cast vision, get people on board. Like, as you have a team and they can wear branded stuff, like the t-shirts, people are doing outreach for you for the summer, have t-shirts, like all of that is a really cool tool, to communicate and cast vision and to get people on board. When we did the commissioning service for Detroit Baptist Church, we got Carhartt jackets for you and your wife.
Oh, I should have brought that down.
I know we should have had it on here and put the Detroit logo on it.
Oh,
but again,
so cool.
It's like a cool thing, but we wanted it to cast vision. And so like the Carhartt jacket is like a symbol of Detroit, right? It's the Detroit brand. It means hard work. And so it was vision in casting, like, all right, we're commissioning you. All right, time to go to work. Here's your Carhartts.
Well, I'll tell you, you got my wife one too. You got us both those, and we were so excited. It was really cool.
Yeah, and it's a cool thing because it's like, you can wear it around Detroit, but it communicates something too. And clothing does that. And so if there's a compelling way you can use clothing and branding to communicate who you are and give some credibility to the work that you're doing, another tool.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And so the vision materials, right? These are the things that are going to be alongside you as you are bringing forward your vision. Whether it's yourself, whether it's your video, a mailing, or your information packet, or some merch that you have, you're using all the assets, everything you have, so that you can communicate to people the vision. And that's what this is all about. You want people excited for your church plant. You want people behind you with what you're doing. And that's why the vision materials here in this portion, it's so important. You want to communicate your vision. You want to communicate it clearly, and you want to communicate it in a way that people can really get behind you in prayers and support for your church planting work.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for attending our episode today at the Church Planners Toolbox Podcast. Look forward to our upcoming episodes as we go through the timeline. We'll see you then.